Mónica, energizing you to be fit, healthy, happy, and free. Gracias, Harry. Maybe you missed me. I haven't been live in a long time, but here I am, and I'm recording there too. And zero excuses, but right now it's all about fiber power, how to get your health, and we're going to talk about prebiotics and probiotics, and I'm going to give you some examples. In fact, I was just having the sample of the rest of my meal is gone right now because it includes peas and whole grains and whole rice and brown rice anyway. But I'm gonna show you sprouts and I'm gonna tell you all about the power of beans, and the most important thing is fiber in this live right now. So I am horizontal because for the Spanish version I made it vertical. Para ustedes que están en español, para que sepan, ya lo hice hace poco y ya debe estar en mi canal. Y luego les coloco la página que es fibrapoder.academiaceroexcusas.com. Now in English, it's going to be fiberpower.zeroexcusesacademy.com. But that guide is not ready yet. So first things first, okay? So I am going to show you something that I have here. I was eating this too, and I went to rinse my mouth. I have my fork here, and I'm going to show you how you can just eat raw vegan in a very easy way. I'm going to have a series of classes like these, maybe a few more so that I can show you even how to make probiotics at home. But my main thing right now is to remind you something that you possibly already know, which is let's eat more fiber, because we don't need more protein, we need more fiber. Yes, we are required basically to eat between 25 and 38 grams of fiber according to the Institute of Health, yet most people don't even get 15 grams a day. So let's raise our fiber power. Why is it so powerful? Because it's all related to your health, your immunity, your mood. If you want to master your high vibe, I'm the abs coach, Mónica, biologist in holistic nutrition, and many of you already know me from exercises, from teaching you nutrition, moves, exercise, right? And attitude, I'm all about attitude. So if you want a more positive attitude, you possibly are interested in knowing that serotonin, this hormone or neurotransmitter, is actually produced in our gut. We're going to talk a lot about gut microbiota, which is the population of, yes, there's some viruses, there's some yeasts, but we're going to talk mainly about what we want, which is good bacteria, beneficial bacteria, lab, which is lactic acid bacteria, okay? So we want to promote those, and in order for them to thrive, which are our natural probiotics, we're going to eat more prebiotics, which are the fibers. So that's it. I got to go, bye. No, seriously, that would be like the bottom line. And I want to tell you first that I am very interested in this subject because I realize that most people's immunity cannot be high precisely because most people don't consume that much fiber. Thankfully, I learned early on, even when I started my career in biology, and my thesis is precisely formulation of cookies made of rice bran at that time. So I believe in the power of cereals when they are whole, when they're whole grain, when they're organic. Because then towards the end, we're going to talk a bit about oatmeal. Some people think it's bad. It all depends where it's coming from, but if it's organic, it hasn't been sprayed with pesticides, and you eat it, I'm already telling you what I'm going to advise you, but basically there's some nuances to everything. It's like, you don't even have to believe everything I'm saying here, even if I have all the credentials, just like you don't have to believe everything that anybody says, because some people will tell you to just have juices, other people will tell you, like me, to eat whole things, and even us scientists, we're not perfect at all in general. Some scientists know more, some research more, some just repeat things from the establishment, and some scientists, I can't believe, some medical doctors are telling you things that to me, I mean, according to my standards and my research, because I'm also a researcher, I know that they're not even true. Like, don't eat seeds, don't eat beans, don't eat grains, don't eat cereals. Doesn't make any sense to me. What are you going to eat? You know I'm vegan, okay? So obviously I would love for everybody to be vegan, but I also know that everybody's on their path. Each one of you is possibly trying to eat more plant-based, and you can start once a week, even once a week, like, Meatless Monday can make a huge difference, okay? Just once a week, let's say Monday, or you can pick another day. If it's easier for you to do it on Wednesdays, because I'm talking to you about that, then you just eat all plant-based, nothing derived from animals, whether it's killing or producing or deriving anything from them, because that's not kind. Let alone the cruelty that makes me cry and that makes me indignated. In fact, that's part of being high vibe, because I thought, oh, so you have to be always happy. I can't be happy for cruelty. I can't be happy, cancel, because we're going to talk mostly about kindness. We're going to talk about plants, not about what's not nice nor kind to animals, nor the planet, nor to your gut, nor to your own body. You want to have a good body, you want to lose weight, eat more fiber. Okay, I could just say it in general and I could just leave, because most people just want to lose weight, feel high energy, and have a great, not only long life, like I can tell you fiber is amazing for longevity, but also for the quality of your life. Just like for the quality of your movements, we want to stay independent, and therefore you're going to have really good posture. And by the way, look at my dress. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm going to wear, this is one of my favorite colors too. So, okay, this is what I call break, not a break fast, like a breakfast after intermittent fasting, which I practice, by the way. But it's like, sometimes it's like, to get your attention back, let's focus on the dress. And yes, some of you are waiting for me to do some blue tab or natural yoga lattes, which I'm the creator of, and I'd love to do that. But I decided I was going to do this series of podcast episodes and classes. And yes, I'm also building a course on fiber power, as well as other courses that I have wanted to do years ago, and I'm finally getting to work on them. I'm finally getting the mindset of discipline. And yes, I do have the Triple M method that is holistic for you to have your best abs from the inside out. And definitely fiber power is part of it, because it's microbiota nutrition 101. It's like the most important and basic things we have to know to eat for our bacteria. We want 10 to 100 trillion bacteria, by the way. That is like 10x the number of cells in our bodies. And something really important that I love to point out, either in my emails that you can get if you're subscribed, I'm going to leave the link as soon as possible, and you can find out on your own, of course, and you can verify, but I use a lot of research, and I will probably give you the references if you're interested. And sometimes I do that for my podcast episodes, but I just want you to know that these two facts that are super interesting. 70% of our immunity depends on our gut microbiota. Yeah, everything depends on our bacteria, so we want to have lots of them, right? I probably have like 100 trillion because I eat like 90 or more grams of fiber a single day. Most people, like I said, don't even eat 10 or 15, it's like we've got to up that level. At least 25 grams for women, and 38 grams for men, maybe, because men are bigger and more muscle, more metabolism. Normally men eat more than women, but all that is questionable. And you have to be more active. It's like, why should we eat less fiber as we get older? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm always questioning. You got to have critical thinking. And I always say in my podcast, hey, listen to me, get what resonates with me, and take notes. What resonates with you? What is for you? What makes sense for you? Does it make sense for you to eat oatmeal? Then eat oatmeal. You don't have to eat it all at once. If you're just eating everything processed, meaning that, this is a good example, okay, to give you an idea. What is fiber? Fiber can be found in the vegetable kingdom only, by the way. You can't get any fiber from anything that's produced by the exploitation of animals. We want to get fiber from veggies, okay? They're like, this is rich in inulin, and there's many fermentable fibers in garlic, in onions that I recommend, besides all the antioxidants. So there's very much information that out there, and we could go into every detail. But right now, I want to just tell you what fiber is and isn't. I don't have refined fiber right now to show you, but the typical, or the refined oatmeal. Okay, Monica, breathe. Let's breathe. Okay, you too, you can breathe with me. 2 more breaths, inhale and exhale. One more time, let's breathe, inhale. Yes, now we can choose something that is organic, which is whole, which is real. This is real food right here. This is real oatmeal, okay? Not the white oatmeal. No, this is whole oats, like whole grains, like when you eat like whole corn or whole wheat, okay? We want to eat the whole thing. Why? Because as I explained in my thesis of the formulation of these rice bran cookies, what the rice bran is, in the case of rice, it's the bran and the germ are actually eliminated from the grain, from the endosperm, which is just basically, how do you say almidón? It's all starch. By the way, part of the fermentable fibers are, one of them is called resistant starch. And there's very interesting things in all this, because even like potatoes can contribute to your fermentable fibers. There's many things I could recommend, but the most important thing is for you to eat more beans, more grains, more seeds, more fruits, more veggies, and do this on a regular basis, basically every single day. It's like I sometimes go on vacations and there's no beans to be around. I'm like, oh, I gotta find a way to take beans and sprouts to the vacation place because I can't live without beans. Oh, I'm gonna have to change the battery of that camera. Can I come again for a second part of the class so that I can record the rest? Can I do that? You wouldn't mind, right? So I can change the battery and I'll be right back, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna talk about prebiotics, which are these fibers, and the probiotics, which are the beneficial bacteria, like lactobacillus, bifidobacteria, and so much more. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm going to turn this off because it's running out of battery. I don't know, let's see if it goes for a few more minutes, because I do want to have like a backup of this recording because it's like a class, okay? And I want to. Let me do a few stretches and tell you that fiber is basically what we can't digest, but guess who digests it? Exactly, you guessed it. The bacteria, the friendly bacteria in our gut. We don't need to take pills and powders full of probiotics. We can make our own probiotics like sauerkraut, which I show you already in a video. I showed you already, and I will show you more because I want to make a version with green papaya instead of cabbage. There's so many things to do in that sense, and you can have fermented food every single day. And I believe, and we could also have some kind of controversy, like which is better, prebiotics or probiotics? I say take them both. But if you can take them in a natural, economical, simple, practical nutrition way, it's awesome. Okay, so you know that okay, I gotta go. So this would be part one of the class. I'll be right back, you guys. Let me see if there's any questions here, just in case. Okay, awesome. Oh, okay, I'll be right back. Oh, can I do that? Can I change the battery somehow? Oh my gosh, where do I have the batteries? Oh, I have many. Oh, yeah, I can. I'm not gonna leave. Okay, good information, girl. Thank you. Thank you, Samerson. Okay, the CC, like you, Francisco, hola, hi. So where do I do the CC thing? I know how to do it like on the computer, but here on the phone, I'm not sure. So I have no idea how to do this. No, I can't do it. We'll do the CC after it, but you speak English, so no problem, right? So what I'm gonna do is practically disappear from you for about, how long would I take to get those batteries? 1, 2, 3, let's see how my mobility, it's just like, I don't know, about 3 meters away from here to go get the battery in order to keep recording myself. I'll be right back. This is like a commercial. Okay, maybe have a drink, have a banana, have an apple, have some nuts, handful of nuts. Give me some too. I want some nuts. Yeah, awesome. I'll be right back. Don't go. Okay, we're still live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That was quick. I did it. You see? I'm learning to manage my mind. It's all about mind management and coaching. And I have my own coaches, by the way. I found the battery right here. Okay. Ta-da! My high quality camera right here and a new tripod. Okay, I'm here, you guys. I haven't left. This is also a great moment if you guys want to ask questions. Okay? If you guys want to ask questions, this is a great moment. I'm going to put the battery in here. I never knew that I was going to be like a photographer, but I guess I had to learn because I love teaching, as you know, and the way to teach right now is precisely on, see the battery? Battery, this is to charge. All right, and if you behave and ask good questions, I'm gonna do another live exercising and some yoga laddis and glute time, okay? You guys, you kids, sometimes you're like kids, like, you just want me to exercise and watch me exercise. And then some of you want me in bikini. Yes, if you want to see me exercising in bikini, it'll be on my Patreon page, patreon.com/MonicaFit. Okay, so I got that already. We're almost done. You see? So let me know if you want me to do it live. You know what to do. Zero excuses, you guys. You see, I usually get very anxious, but precisely the anxiety that I feel, I can control and let it be there. It's like I'm also learning to just let it be there. You can't just do things in life that you want to do and then expect there not to be anxiety. Woohoo! All right, here I am, almost ready. I'm turning on the camera so I can keep on going. I handle this pretty well, you see? And sometimes you don't need everybody to approve of you. All right, ready for part 2? Recording. Oh, shoot. I actually turned off the camera. My mistake. All right, I'm turning it back on. Ready, set. This is part 2. All right. Ready, set, go. And that's the camera, super high quality camera that I'm using now for my Patreon yoga fitness as well. This is really high quality, and I recommend that you become a sponsor because it works. And thanks to my sponsors, I have this beautiful dress. Yes, I buy excellent groceries. I get my own coaching. I get the funds, you see. You guys, you sponsors like Samerson has been, you guys have helped me more than you know. I mean, you're helping me fund my dreams. And a lot of my dreams is this that I'm doing right now. It's like to create free classes, to create paid courses, to create everything that I want to do in exercise, nutrition, positive attitude, to talk about everything, even my dogs. My Rudolph Valentino, if Samerson is there. Rudolph, he was like, yes, it's me. That's right. He knew I was talking about you. Rudolph Valentino. Yeah, I want to talk about them too and about their health and their microbiota, which is slightly different. But the interesting thing is that probiotics, I know it because I was promoting, at the time I was promoting some milk with that. Obviously, I don't believe in anything dairy as such. It's like, ditch the dairy, please, you guys, just don't. But, I recommend for you to do almond milk, do oat milk, not just oatmeal. It's like oatmeal milk. And it's so cheap. All you have to do is not to buy the commercial ones. It's like, get a handful of almonds. Since I wanted some nuts, I don't know if you have some right now. I'll go read it just in just a sec, whatever you wrote there. And then you put it in your blender or food processor with 3 cups of water approximately. You could add maybe a date or a tiny bit of Himalayan salt, and you just have it. Basically, you process it, and then you can pass it through a sieve, and then you have your almond milk, okay? Or your oat milk or your coconut milk. And I have many videos on coconut milk, even on TikTok, okay? So let me see if we have any questions, comments. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all my sponsors because of the things that you are able to help me do. Even my new art. You see, this is cheerful art, isn't it? It's like lively, it's colorful. Okay. With this inspiration that I have here, I don't know the authors of these, sorry. I know this is Mark Rothko, and I added this purple thing just to add some purple at some point. And I have Matisse in the rest of my places, and sometimes I'm basically inspired by Matisse's heart, and so I created this heart, Le Coeur en Feu, and thanks to my sponsors, I'm able to express myself fully, and that means as a scientist, as a teacher of science. In this case, I'm teaching a lot of science, you guys, and a teacher of fitness and just health and longevity and just attitude to be happy most of the time. And when you're not happy, to know how to handle your emotions and those things of coaching and to have my coaches. So I really appreciate you. Also, the possibility of having the groceries that I love for myself and my family, groceries are not necessarily more expensive, but it's important that we give attention to our groceries. Okay, so all good. So Samerson, that's okay. Yup, take your time. Salty nuts. He said. That's Samerson. Okay, Francis Figueroa, ¿cómo estás? He says, hola Bella Mónica, un placer volverte a ver después de algunas semanas. Sí, no había estado aquí. I hadn't been on live for some time. Me as well, eggplant, yeah. My thoughts on it, eggplant is good. Oh, we could do another class on eggplant and all those of that family because they're much better than what they say over there. It's like we're gonna demystify like myths and realities. We're gonna do a class like that. Regarding dealing with anxiety, yeah. So sometimes you're anxious, you're lactose intolerant. Any advice, darling? Well, to take my recipe, which was really fast, but you got it. Okay, you got that handful of, hopefully not salty. you could take the salt off by soaking them if that's what you got, if that's what you have. But you know, preferably unsalted nuts of whatever type, like 1 cup. That's basically a proportion that I love because I like it not to be so liquidy. I don't like it so diluted. I want it more concentrated, more tasty. So it would be 1 cup of almonds with 3 cups of water, and you put it in the blender, or in my case I use the Vitamix, and then, you know, a pinch of Himalayan salt or pink salt is much better. I'm not consuming white salt. Yay! Hopefully I'll be able to have that Himalayan salt always coming to me. About 1 kilo, and then it's almost gone, but I'll get more. Anyways, just a pinch, and then some dates, maybe 2 or 3 dates to give it a sweet taste. It all depends on you, if you want to add something to it, but just that mix, and all you have to do is, well, you just go back into the video, okay? So you got your plant milk that is so delicious. You could even do it with oatmeal very similarly, okay? So you have either the nuts or the almond, you have the water, you put it in the blender, and you've got your milk. All you have to do is separate the fiber. Most of the fiber is going to be here in the colander or sieve. Yeah, but then you can use that for cookies, you can use that for granolas. I do a lot of coconut milk, so I love using the coconut solids for those cookies and granolas and cakes as well. And so you have the liquid, in the case of the like liquid coconut milk. That's what I recommend. You ditch dairy, no more dairy, you don't need it, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. And careful, guys, because thankfully I've got a lot of emails of people asking me to promote their products, and I used to a long time ago, but now I'm like 12 years in being vegan, so I don't think I'm ever gonna do it. Besides, I love being vegan so much that I probably won't, I'll probably be vegan forever, yeah. And live forever, possibly. I want to be an example of what's possible, and so many things I could tell you. How are we doing on time? I just want to know. Okay, so I took about 5 minutes to change battery, approximately, so we're gonna go into what I said, prebiotics, okay? We got fiber. So I already told you that fiber is what is taken out in the food industry in order to make white bread. They took out all the bran, all the germs, so you've got something white that is basically the endosperm or the starch. Okay, some starches are good, but not necessarily that. It may taste good, but it's not good for our gut because we're not made to just digest that white part. We're made to digest the whole thing, okay? Whether it be wheat, oat, and any other cereal, okay? So we want it to be whole. And yes, fiber can be classified as insoluble, like you can find in bran, for instance. Now we're talking about bran. And then, you know, we can buy it. This is what I used to do, to tell you the truth. Obviously, I'm from a big family, so everybody would eat whatever. And I would go to the table and like, okay, when I didn't decide what we were going to eat, not that I didn't cook, because when I cooked things with fiber. Let's say on Sundays, I would cook a bunch of breads and cookies and cakes and granolas, all full of fiber. But let's say there was some gnocchis or some pasta that was so delicious, and it was white pasta or white gnocchis, and what I would do is just add some of this bran or some of this wheat germ. If you're starting to do that, remember, gradually, do it slowly, 1 step at a time. You don't have to do it all at once, which is what creates the gas or flatulence and the inflammation, because you're exaggerating. It's like you can't go from totally white to totally brown, to absolutely brown. No, you go gradually. It's like if I consume over 100 grams of fiber, because I like that, and I've always believed in it, you know, and it makes such a difference when I don't. Let's say I'm on vacation, there's nothing, it's like I don't feel as good as I feel when I eat all the fiber I want. Let's say I'm at 100 grams daily. You can't go from 5 grams, let's say you're eating, hopefully more, I'm exaggerating, to 100. You can't go from 10 to 100. You can't just 10x in one day. No, you're gonna do it one step at a time. Anyway, so, because many things to tell you here, let me focus. Fiber, okay, you know that we can't digest it, but our bacteria will, and that's what they use. So prebiotics are the precursor or substrate or food for the friendly gut bacteria, which are called probiotics. So prebiotics are the fibers. Let's say this is my favorite to show you, which are the lentil sprouts, okay? So we got legumes, whether they cooked, if they're in sprout form, even better. You can saute them, which I love, but I was just, you know, to tell you the truth, I was honestly just doing this because I was like, I got to do something on here or there, you know? It's like I have so many things to do, and I said, I got to eat something because I hadn't really had much dinner because I had this commitment. For me, it's really important. It's like my purpose in life is to help you get where you want to get when it comes to your health in mind, body, emotions, and spirit. So anyway, I was like, okay, Monica, let's eat something. And I ate a lot of this. It was fuller, and I ate it. I just ate it directly like this. And you have the sprouts. So it's about 1 cup. And by the way, Dr. B says the same thing approximately. I recommend Dr. B, one of the few gastroenterologists in the world who is actually vegan, and he actually recommends to be all plant-based, okay? I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but most of the things. Like, I don't believe that we need to go and get our gut checked with a thing up our butt or anything like that. I don't believe in that, in those tests at all, okay? I believe in just, you know, flowing with it. It's like going that way, the way it's supposed to go, not the other way. So let's clean our gut, okay? We're gonna detox our gut with fiber. We can fend off any kind of disease, and any heart disease, cardiovascular disease, diabetes by eating this. Now, if I want to make it really tasty, yes, I would add some delicious dressing. I would add some fruits to it. I like onion on it, tomato, avocado. Oh, forget it. Anyway, so this is just like raw, and you can be raw vegan just by eating lots of these. And high in protein too. And I could keep on eating because I am still hungry. Yet, I'm going to put this down and allow the urge to eat so I can keep on telling you about prebiotics, going to probiotics. Okay, now you know prebiotics, going to probiotics. And that's why I love fitness, because it keeps me fit even when I'm talking about fiber. And yes, I'll talk to you about fiber even when I'm exercising, because I believe in the power of fiber. Fiber power to get you in a great mood, because 90 to 95% of our serotonin is produced in our gut by our bacteria and also our EC cells. Did you know that we have a second brain in our gut? It's called the enteric nervous system. Yeah, if you want more information on this and to get emails that tell you exactly, please subscribe to whatever newsletter. I have one in Fiber Power, and I'm going to give you a free guide. The one in Spanish, I made it. The one in English is in process. Sometimes I'm faster when I do it the other way around. I start with something in English and then I just translate it in Spanish. It's easier for me than the other way around. But zero excuses, because it's a Zero Excuses Academy. Fiber Power is the way to go, and I invite you to join me at the Academy as well, because that's going to be like a membership site where I'm going to be teaching you many things. And then I have a vision of having more coaches, more instructors in different areas to complement it. But first, I'm going to start with me as your teacher, as your coach, as your consultant, and as your guide to your best life, okay? Because it is about designing the life that you can create for yourself and that serves you the way you want to live. And most of us want to be healthy, so that's why I really emphasize fiber. We don't need more protein. We do need more fiber, okay? Nobody needs more protein in this Western world where we have internet. We don't need more protein. We don't have those problems, even though they won't tell you that directly. So now you know fiber equals prebiotics. And yes, some scientists could say, oh, it has to be fermentable, because like I said, okay, there's many ways to classify. So we have the insoluble fiber, which is cellulose, hemicellulose, lignins, and other fibers that are like roughage. Can you picture like a bran? Okay, that's usually insoluble fiber. But they're all combined, by the way. Okay, for instance, we do in this oatmeal that I brought as a prop, we have roughage here too. We have the insoluble and the soluble fiber, for which oatmeal is famous. Oatmeal is famous for the soluble fiber that includes pectin, gums, mucilage, inulin, oligosaccharides. So it's like a combination, and I think oatmeal is perfect as long as it's organic. Careful with the spray, and don't eat it all at once, okay? This is one of the myths I'm going to talk about in more detail if you want me to. And let me know in the comments what else do you want before I finish my dissertation here. It's like I want to give you all that I came to give you. It's like remind you that in order to have good mood, which basically depends on your serotonin, we need to have our gut bacteria in great quantities and varieties. And we possibly should, I don't like the word should because I don't want to tell you what you have to do. You don't have to do anything. You can just go on with your bad self, or just do whatever you want to do. You want to smoke, smoke. You want to drink, drink. If you want to just watch porn, I mean, I'm thinking of buffering things, or just scrolling through social media, not creating. Up to you. You know, you can do whatever. You can just live a pleasure-filled life, and then there's going to come a time at whatever age which is going to tell you, hey, now you got to take meds, and then you die. Okay, you take medications, because taking medications is the second cause of death. Don't believe me, but it's true. And some things I can't say because then, you know, there's censorship in these channels. Unfortunately, excuse me, I had a little bit of sprouts here. So my theory, the way I feel as a scientist and a professional in wellness, is that if you want to feel happy, high vibe most of the time, even if you may be angry about certain things and you want to stand up for your rights, for instance, you must have your bacteria up high, okay? Why? Because you're going to have more serotonin. Like I said, 90 to 95% is produced in the gut. It's like, what? So basically, if we want to have high mood, did anybody tell me this before? No. Not even in my careers in biology, my career in nutrition. That was 11 years together, just that, without all the certifications and all the credentials that I have. But, you know, also my experience with students and myself. I'm telling you, there's nothing better than eating fiber for your health and your mood. We want good mood, right? And if we want health, no matter what's going on in the world, whether they spray it or include it in your food, you know, what's going on, you're going to be able to fend it off and to be healthy, because 70% of your immunity depends on your gut. So everything really is about your gut. And also, you know, trusting your gut, using your intuition. Does this make sense for you? Okay, let me take a little break before I finish about the probiotics, because basically, like I told you, probiotics are the good bacteria, because there's yeast and viruses in there too, but we're going to focus on lactic acid bacteria in your microbiota. By the way, the word microbiome is in order. It's like it's on style, but the right word is microbiota. OTA. Anyway, and there's a lot of books out there that are telling you part of the truth and not the whole truth. So I'm going to do my best to give you more information on this, and I think I'm almost done. I'll leave more questions to be answered on other things. She may do a live on TikTok. Yeah. Hebreo, that's disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. Oh, God. Yeah. Have a great night, gorgeous. You look amazing, said Gonzalo. Can't wait for your next live, gorgeous. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I know this is new for you. I know this is new for you because you guys are used to my lives where I'm just like, you know, jumping around, dancing, you know, showing you part of my training. That's great. But I also want to do these because my podcast is really important for me, okay? So now you know, prebiotics are what the probiotics feed off, and the more prebiotics we eat, the more probiotics we'll have. The greater variety of plants, the better, because we're going to be making a greater variety of bacteria as well. And zero excuses not to eat plants and to sprout them, because you're going to be able to multiply, you know, basically at least, I would say 3 times, at least triple the volume of the beans that you actually sprout, in this case lentils, as well as multiply their macronutrients, micronutrients, antioxidants, and all that, okay? So eat more oatmeal, yes, and everything whole. Eat more fruits and veggies, and follow the links that I'm gonna give you, possibly Fiber Power, Zero Excuses Academy, and remember, eat and drink mostly plant-based towards vegan. Move around more, get physical, yay, and absolutely stay positive. Focus on what you do want and what you do have. Let's be grateful, because you taking care of yourself and you being at your best, guess what? Makes all the difference in the world, yay. Big hug, love and light, kisses and hugs, and there's so much more coming up in our next class. And yes, I don't know exactly, I might do some exercise lives after this today or another day, but anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, share, and like. Thank you. Mwah. Okay, somebody said something here. Live chat. All right, let's see. Thanks a lot. This was very informative. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I appreciate you, Samerson. Thank you. How do I do this?